So today I'm just working on a simple shooting on the move and movement exercise where I've got a barrel off to the right and a barrel off to the left. They're separated by about 5 yards or 6 yards in between them. And then I've got 3 targets downrange. I've got a target at about 7 yards off to the left. I've got a target at about 14 yards in the center, a 12-yard steel, and then about a 13 or 12-yard paper target off to the right. And of course, just running some figure-8 patterns around there, adding some complexity to a shooting on the move exercise. Well, as you can see, I've got targets that are pretty clean, not really clean. They're pretty shot up. And obviously, you can see a lot of alphas, and I got a few deltas and charlies. Those I'm aware of, especially on the 7-yard target. And I presume it's because it's easy for me to stay pretty well visually locked in on that target as I'm either entering in on it or I'm exiting on that target. And kind of the same with the 13-yarder down here on the other end. You can see a couple of hits off to the right side and left side of it. And I've been 100% aware of those when they're happening. But man, for the life of me today, for some reason, I'm not really adhering my vision to a spot on that target, nor am I doing a very good job of calling my shots. So what's happening on this far target down here in the middle, and this is the one I actually have to move the most on. So of course I made it the most challenging. But as you can see, I've got a lot of errant shots, deltas. I've got a head box shot up here. Didn't see when that came from either. And I've got a lot of errant shots off to the right side as well. So to make me more aware of it, instead of pulling that target in or slowing down to get my hits, what I've done is I've stapled a fresh target or a completely repaired target to the backside. And I'm going to start working on some shot calling at speed. What I've done is, as I've shot the drill, I've just made a good mental note of like what my total times were. And right now I'm hovering in about that 8.3 to 8.5 time frame, running it either right to left or left to right. I want to adhere to the same time frame. I don't want to slow down to see more. I simply want to see more or pay more attention and be aware of the hits on that middle target. So I'm going to set this up again, and I'm simply going to shot call the middle target for sure and make sure that I am locked in on a spot on that target and I'm truly seeing what I need to, and I'm not letting time kind of dictate my behaviors. I'm actually letting my behaviors dictate the time. So I'm going to set the camera back up and we're going to continue on with this and see how well I do. So we're at an 8:43, and I've got 2 alpha and 2 Charlie on that middle target. And 2 alpha and 2 Charlie is exactly what I saw. So that is a great way to work on shot calling without having to just completely isolate the shot call process. The other thing about shot calling, when we work on it in isolation, we tend to not put any sort of time constraint on it, which is not bad, but it's not as effective as making sure or forcing yourself to see things in the now as they happen without kind of artificially slowing things down. So that's something I've been working on, something I'm going to continue working on today. To make sure that I'm 100% aware of what's going on and I'm not trying to push the time result ahead of the shooting process.